Then you got the 31st seed, Eala. She gets a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Siegemund or Marcinko in the
The 2026 Miami Open draw has just been released, and one matchup is already generating a lot of buzz. Eala is set to face off against Laura Siegemund, a player known for her controversial tactics and ability to frustrate opponents not only through her playing style, but also through her psychological games. While the matchup promises to be an exciting clash of styles, it's also shaping up to be a mental battle. The question is, how will Eala handle the mind games that Siegemund is notorious for? Laura Siegemund has long been one of the most controversial figures in the WTA, not just for her play, but for her behavior on and off the court. It's no secret that Siegemund's tactics often extend beyond just the physical aspect of the game. Known for using delaying tactics to slow down the pace, throw her opponent off, and play the mental game, Siegemund has been at the center of several controversies. And this matchup with Eala at the Miami Open will undoubtedly be no different. We're not just saying Siegemund has a history of controversial actions. These incidents are well documented and widely talked about. A key example that stands out took place at the US Open, where Siegemund faced off against Coco Gauff, one of the rising stars in the game. Throughout the match, Siegemund deliberately slowed down the pace of play. Whether it was taking extra time between points, receiving lengthy medical timeouts, or engaging in other time-wasting tactics, Siegemund did everything she could to throw Gauff off her rhythm. After Gauff called the umpire's attention to Siegemund's behavior, the umpire issued a time violation, which only seemed to fuel Siegemund's frustration. In the press conference after the match, Siegemund claimed that her movements were simply slowed down by the intensity of the match and that the time violation was unfair. But anyone watching could see that this was more than just a case of fatigue. It was a deliberate tactic designed to disrupt Gauff's game, and Siegemund played the role of the victim when it didn't go her way.
Less than a 0 because they treated me bad. Like, they treated me like I was a cheater, like I was like trying, sneaky ways to win this match or something. They treated me like I was a bad person. But there are people who are throwing rackets, who are screaming, who are like making bad gestures toward the audience.
The drama didn't stop there. Siegemund's antics continued into the 2026 Australian Open, where she was again accused of trying to catch her opponent, Mackenzie Hughes, off guard. Serving when her opponent was clearly not ready, Siegemund won the point but found herself at the center of controversy once more. When Hughes called for the umpire's intervention, Siegemund accused the official of bias, claiming that they were unfairly favoring her opponent. The umpire had to intervene to halt the match, but once again, Siegemund's behavior raised eyebrows. This pattern of playing the mental game, then crying foul when caught, has become a hallmark of Siegemund's career. But now, as Siegemund faces off against Eala, she's up against someone who's been tested in the mental arena herself. Eala has had her fair share of difficult situations, especially involving controversial calls and authority figures on the court. She knows what it's like to face mental hurdles that go beyond just the game itself. She's faced adversity head-on, and each time she's proven that she has the mental fortitude to rise above it. One of the most notable examples of Eala's resilience came during the 2026 Australian Open qualifiers. Eala, already in a tough match, was unfairly penalized by referees. Points were taken off her, and they were even replayed to stop her from advancing to the next round. Instead of backing down, Eala did what she's always done best. She stood up for herself. She called for a review of the call. And to the surprise of many, the decision was reversed, and the point was replayed. This wasn't just about the call. It was about standing her ground when the system was working against her. It showed that Eala doesn't just rely on her physical game. She has the mental strength to take on the system itself when it's wrong. This is the mindset Eala will need when facing Siegemund's psychological tactics. This wasn't the only time Eala has faced such challenges. A particularly tough moment came during her match against Iga Swiatek, one of the top players in the world and a Grand Slam champion. Eala was playing incredibly well, putting up a strong fight against a player of Swiatek's caliber, but the match was marred by officials' decisions that threatened to break her confidence. Eala remained calm, kept her focus, and didn't allow the distractions to ruin her game. Even when the officials made questionable calls, Eala stayed level-headed and fought back. Despite the pressure and the setbacks, Eala showed her resilience, ultimately continuing to rise above the obstacles in her way. For Eala, this is what sets her apart. While Siegemund might try to play the mind games and frustrate her with delayed tactics and psychological warfare, Eala is no stranger to being put under pressure. She has experience with adversity. Whether it's dealing with unfair officiating or the mental strain that comes from facing the top players in the world, this experience will be crucial as she faces Siegemund in Miami. However, it's not just Eala's experience that makes her a strong opponent. It's her preparation. As part of her training for the Miami Open, Eala has been working with Joao Fonseca, a rising star in the ATP. Fonseca's aggressive playing style and mental resilience make him the perfect sparring partner for Eala as she gets ready for the psychological challenge that is Laura Siegemund. Training with Fonseca allows Eala to sharpen her technical skills, yes, but it also strengthens her mental game, something that will be invaluable when Siegemund tries to disrupt her rhythm on court. Fonseca's style is one of high intensity and focus, two qualities that Eala is determined to adopt as she gets ready for the battle ahead. Siegemund is known for trying to break her opponents mentally, but Eala has the perfect response. She's been in tough situations before and has built a mental fortitude that allows her to stay calm, composed, and focused no matter the situation. Working with Fonseca, Eala has been honing the mental resilience needed to handle Siegemund's tactics and stay focused on the game. When it comes down to it, this matchup isn't just about physical skill. It's about who can handle the psychological warfare that Siegemund will undoubtedly try to engage in. Eala is well aware of Siegemund's games and she's ready. She's been in situations before where the pressure from officials and opponents has been overwhelming, but Eala has always found a way to come out on top. Her training with Fonseca is designed to ensure that she's mentally prepared for whatever Siegemund throws her way, so, as the 2026 Miami Open approaches, the stage is set for an intense and dramatic battle between Eala and Laura Siegemund. While Siegemund will no doubt rely on her mental games to frustrate Eala, the young star is prepared. Eala has faced adversity, dealt with difficult officials, and come through it all stronger. She's not going to let Siegemund's antics get in the way of her game. Instead, she's ready to rise above it all and show that she's not only a force to be reckoned with on the court, but also off it. This match is going to be about much more than just tennis. It's going to be a battle of wills. Can Siegemund break Eala's focus with her mind games? Or will Eala's mental resilience and preparation with Fonseca prove to be too much for Siegemund to handle? One thing's for sure, this is a matchup that tennis fans won't want to miss. The Miami Open 2026 is going to be an incredible showcase of skill, strength, and mental toughness. And Eala is ready to take on the challenge head-on. If Siegemund thinks she can break her, she's in for a rude awakening. This time, Eala isn't backing down. She's got the experience, the preparation, and the mindset to come out on top. The showdown between Eala and Laura Siegemund is shaping up to be a psychological battle for the ages. Eala has the tools she needs to handle Siegemund's tactics and rise above the drama. With Fonseca's guidance and her own determination, Eala is ready to prove that she's more than just a rising star. She's a force to be reckoned with in the world of tennis.